Did you know that there are professionals here in the United States earning much more money than renowned doctors, but that no one talks about them? While everyone dreams of becoming a doctor, lawyer, or engineer, there are people working quietly, accumulating fortunes that would make any heart surgeon envious. And the most interesting thing, you have probably never heard of these professions. The truth no one tells you is this: the traditional path to financial success is outdated. While a doctor spends a decade studying, racking up student debt of hundreds of thousands of dollars, there are professionals earning 6 or even 7 figures a year without all this pressure, without 24-hour shifts, and without carrying the weight of lives in their hands. Every day, imagine waking up every day knowing that your job is worth literally millions of dollars a year. Imagine having the financial freedom that most people only get after decades of career. But you have achieved it in just a few years. Seems impossible. It's not. That's exactly what these 7 hidden careers provide. The traditional education system does not prepare you to discover these opportunities. Your teachers, your parents, your career counselors, they all push you into the same professions as always. Why? Because that's what they know. But the world has changed, the changing economy, and the greatest opportunities are hidden in plain sight. Think about it. A surgeon in the United States earns on average between $250,000 and $400,000 a year. Sounds like a lot, right? But when you consider 12 years of post-high school education, student debts that often exceed $300,000, insane hours of work and constant stress, this figure begins to seem less impressive. Now, what if I told you that there are professionals earning double, that some even triple it, without going through all this suffering? And more, many of them work in areas that you did not even imagine could be so profitable. We are not talking about professional athletes, movie stars, or CEOs of large corporations. We are talking about ordinary people who have found extraordinary niches. The first career that will surprise you is that of air traffic manager. Yes, those people you never see working in control towers, making sure planes don't crash in the sky. In the United States, the most experienced air traffic managers can earn between $150,000 and $200,000 a year, with some easily surpassing this mark. And here's the secret: you don't need a traditional 4-year college degree. The Federal Aviation Administration offers specific training programs. The job requires intense concentration, the ability to make quick decisions and work under pressure. But think about it, you are literally commanding the skies, ensuring the safety of thousands of people every day, and being very well rewarded for it. In addition, the benefits are exceptional: guaranteed retirement, complete health insurance, and the possibility of retiring at the age of 56. Compare that to a doctor who only finishes residency at age 30, carrying hundreds of thousands in debt, and you begin to see why this career is so attractive. But wait, because the next ones will leave you even more impressed. Pause now and subscribe to the Salary Uncovered channel. Click on the subscribe button and activate the Tinkerbell so as not to miss any video revealing the most profitable careers that no one tells you about, and share this video with that person who needs to discover these opportunities. The second hidden career is even more fascinating: manager of nuclear power plants. While everyone is afraid of nuclear power, someone needs to operate these facilities, and they are paid extraordinarily well for it. In the United States, a nuclear power plant manager can earn between $180,000 and $350,000 a year, with the most experienced exceeding $400,000 annually. You may be thinking, but that must require years and years of study. Actually, not necessarily. Many nuclear plant managers start out as operators, a position that requires specific technical training, but not necessarily a doctorate in nuclear physics. The most common path is to start as a nuclear technician after a 2-year technical program, or after serving in the United States Navy, where preparation in nuclear reactors is exceptional. The demand for these professionals is constant. The United States has dozens of active nuclear power plants, and each needs highly qualified personnel. The job offers job security, incredible benefits, and above all, a salary that rivals and often surpasses that of many specialist doctors. But here's the real secret: the barrier to entry isn't as high as you might think. It's a matter of choosing the right path, getting the necessary certifications, and being willing to continually learn. The nuclear power industry is desperate for skilled talent, especially as the older generation retires. Now we go to the third career, and this one will blow your mind: hazardous waste management specialist. Sound glamorous? Absolutely not. But it is extremely profitable companies that specialize in dealing with toxic waste, hazardous chemicals, and radioactive materials pay fortunes to professionals who know exactly what they're doing. A manager or senior specialist in this area can easily earn between $120,000 and $250,000 a year, with independent consultants charging fees that can exceed $300 an hour. Do the math. If you work only 20 hours a week as a consultant, you're looking at more than $300,000 a year. The beauty of this career is that companies have no choice. They need to comply with extremely strict environmental regulations. A mistake can result in millions of dollars in fines, lawsuits, and even imprisonment for executives. So they pay whatever it takes to make sure everything is done correctly. And guess who gets that money? The experts in hazardous waste management. The required training usually involves a degree in environmental science, chemistry, or engineering, but not necessarily years and years of graduate school. Specific EPA Environmental Protection Agency and OSH Obvious Safety and Health Administration certifications are essential but can be obtained in months, not decades. And here is another important detail: as environmental awareness increases, the demand for such professionals only grows. Pharmaceutical companies, chemical industries, hospitals, universities, they all need hazardous waste specialists. It is a recession-proof industry because toxic waste does not stop being produced regardless of the economy. The fourth career will surprise you even more: offshore oil platform manager. While everyone talks about renewable energy, the reality is that the United States still relies heavily on oil and gas, and someone needs to manage these gigantic platforms in the middle of the ocean. These professionals earn between $150,000 and $300,000 a year, with some experienced managers exceeding $400,000 annually. The work is intense. You spend weeks at sea, away from family, working rotating shifts, but when you come home, you really rest, and the salary largely pays off. Many platform managers only work half the year due to the shift system, but earn full-time salaries or more. Entry into this career often begins in lower positions, such as drilling technician or equipment operator, with experience, certifications, and demonstration of leadership skills. You can move up to management positions. An MBA from an elite university is not required. Practical experience, technical competence, and the ability to manage teams under pressure are required. Oil and gas companies are notoriously generous with benefits: comprehensive health insurance, robust retirement plans, substantial bonuses, and in many cases, profit sharing. When you combine all of this, the total compensation can easily rival or surpass that of specialized doctors. Leave your comment. Which of these careers surprised you the most? So far, would you consider working on any of them? We have reached the fifth hidden career, and this one is truly fascinating: casino manager. The United States has hundreds of casinos spread across the country, from Las Vegas to Indian reservations in states such as Oklahoma, Connecticut, and California. And these establishments need highly skilled managers to operate million-dollar-a-day operations. An experienced casino manager can earn between $130,000 and $300,000 a year, with general managers of large casinos easily exceeding $500,000 annually when you include bonuses and profit sharing. And here's the secret: few know many casino managers start on the casino floor as dealers or gaming supervisors. You don't need an MBA to enter this industry. You need to understand gaming operations, people management, security, and most of all, how to maximize profits while keeping customers happy. Many casinos offer internal training programs, promoting from within to management positions. The casino industry in the United States moves billions of dollars annually, and these establishments operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They need competent managers who can handle high-pressure situations, from problematic customers to regulatory compliance issues. And they pay very well for this expertise. In addition to the base salary, many casino managers receive extraordinary benefits: free hotel rooms, meals quarterly, bonuses based on casino performance, and networking opportunities with extremely wealthy people. It's a world few know about, but one that offers impressive financial opportunities. The sixth career may seem mundane at first glance, but when you know the numbers, everything changes. Commercial construction manager. We are not talking about building residential houses. We are talking about managing the construction of skyscrapers, stadiums, hospitals, shopping centers, projects worth hundreds of millions of Experienced commercial construction managers in the United States earn between $140,000 and $280,000 a year, with project managers of large developments easily exceeding $400,000 annually. And here's what makes this career so attractive: you can start as a construction worker, learn the trade, get specific certifications, and with time and experience work your way up to management positions. You don't need a civil engineering degree from Stanford. Many of the most successful construction managers have started with their own hands, learning every aspect of the construction process. What you need is practical knowledge, project management skills, the ability to read blueprints, and the ability to coordinate hundreds of workers, subcontractors, and suppliers. The demand is constant. The United States is always building new office buildings, hospitals, schools, infrastructure, and every project needs a competent manager. The work can be stressful with tight deadlines and strict budgets, but the financial compensation is extraordinary. In addition, many construction managers eventually open their own project management companies, further multiplying their earnings. As an independent consultant, you can charge between $200 and $500 per hour. Managing multiple projects simultaneously, do the math, and you'll see why this is one of the most lucrative hidden careers. We're halfway through the video and you're discovering careers that can completely change your financial life. Be sure to subscribe to the Salary Uncovered channel now. Activate Tinkerbell to receive notifications of all our videos revealing the secrets of America's most lucrative careers. And now we come to the seventh and final hidden career, and that may be the most surprising of all: pharmaceutical regulatory compliance specialist. Sounds complicated. It is, but that's exactly why it pays so well. The pharmaceutical industry in the United States is highly regulated by the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. Single mistake can cost billions of dollars and ruin a company's reputation. Regulatory compliance experts ensure that all processes, from research and development to drug manufacturing and marketing, strictly follow all federal regulations, and they are paid handsomely for this responsibility. A senior regulatory compliance specialist can earn between $160,000 and $300,000 a year, with chief compliance officers exceeding $400,000 annually. The path to this career often begins with a degree in life sciences, pharmacology, or related fields. But here's the secret: you don't have to be a brilliant scientist. You need to understand regulations, processes, documentation, and how to ensure that everything is done according to the rules. It's more about attention to detail and regulatory knowledge than it is about discovering the next big medical innovation. The pharmaceutical industry in the United States is worth trillions of dollars. Companies like Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, Putthile, and hundreds of others rely on compliance experts to keep their operations legal and avoid devastating fines. A single compliance issue can result in billions of dollars in fines and product recalls that cost even more. That's why these companies don't skimp when it comes to hiring the best compliance professionals. They offer competitive salaries, substantial bonuses, company stock, and benefits that include top-notch health plans and robust pensions. For many compliance experts, the total annual compensation easily exceeds $300,000. But let's talk about what makes all these careers truly special. It's not just the money, although that's obviously important. It's the combination of factors that you don't find in traditional professions. First, most of these careers have a lower barrier to entry than medicine, law, or other prestigious professions. You don't have to spend a decade studying or rack up hundreds of thousands in student debt. Second, many of these careers offer better work-life balance than traditional high-paying professions. A doctor can earn well, but he works 60, 70, sometimes 80 hours a week. Many of the professionals in these hidden careers work 40 to 50 hours a week and still earn comparable or higher wages. Third, these careers tend to be more resilient to economic downturns: nuclear power, waste management, air traffic control, pharmaceutical compliance. These are constant needs, regardless of the state of the economy. During the recession of 2008, while lawyers and bankers lost jobs by the thousands, many of these professionals continued to work normally. Fourth, there is a certain freedom in working in careers that are not glamorized by society. When you're a doctor or a lawyer, there are huge social expectations. Everyone expects you to be perfect, that you have all the answers, that you live a certain lifestyle. In hidden careers, you can make a lot of money without all this social pressure. Think about it. A casino manager earning $300,000 a year can live comfortably, invest wisely, and retire early without everyone around him expecting him to drive a luxury car or live in a mansion. There is real financial freedom when you earn well without the pressure of keeping up appearances. And here's something that's rarely discussed: many of these careers offer exceptional opportunities for growth. An oil rig manager can eventually become director of offshore operations for an oil company. A pharmaceutical compliance specialist can become vice president of regulatory affairs. Career paths exist and salaries only increase. In addition, several of these careers allow you to become an independent consultant. After gaining sufficient experience, imagine charging $300, $400, $500 an hour. As a consultant, you don't have to work full-time. You can choose your projects, work when you want, and still earn more than most traditional professionals working 40 hours a week. Leave your comment after knowing all these careers. Do you still think that the traditional path is the only one for financial success? Which career would you like to explore more? But let's be honest about the challenges. None of these careers are easy. Air traffic control requires intense concentration and life-or-death decisions. Management of nuclear power plants involves enormous responsibility and constant training. Working on oil rigs means weeks away from home in potentially dangerous conditions. Hazardous waste management can be risky. If not done properly, these careers pay well, precisely because they are not easy. They require specific skills, dedication, and, in many cases, the willingness to do what most people are unwilling to do. But here's the thing: being a doctor isn't easy. Either spending 12 years studying, accumulating $300,000 in debt, working 24-hour shifts. This is also extremely difficult. The difference is that everyone knows the way to become a doctor. Schools prepare you for this, your parents understand society values, but these hidden careers, most people never even hear about them. And that's exactly why they offer so much opportunity. When there is less competition, there is more opportunity. When fewer people know a path, those who discover it have the advantage. It's that simple. While thousands of students compete for places in medical schools, only a few hundred compete for training positions as air traffic controllers. Mathematics favors those who know these opportunities. Now let's talk about how you can start exploring these careers. First, search. Use the internet to learn everything about the career that interests you. Look for professional associations. Almost all of these careers have organizations that provide resources, certifications, and networking. The Air Traffic Control Association, the Nuclear Energy Institute, the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. All these organizations exist to help professionals enter and grow in their industries. Second, look for inside information. Use LinkedIn to find people who already work in these areas. Send polite messages asking for advice. Most professionals are happy to share their experiences, especially when they see someone genuinely interested in following in their footsteps. Ask about the day-to-day work, the challenges, the rewards, what they wish they had known when they started. Third, consider education and training. Many of these careers have specific educational paths for air traffic control. You can take an FAA-accredited program for nuclear power, consider technical programs in nuclear technology, or even enlistment in the Navy for pharmaceutical compliance. A life sciences degree, followed by specific certifications, is the most common path. Fourth, gain relevant experience. If you are interested in construction management, start by working on construction sites. If casinos appeal to you, apply for entry-level positions and learn the industry from the inside. Practical experience is invaluable in these careers. It not only teaches you the necessary skills, but also helps you build a network of professional contacts that will be crucial for your advancement. Fifth, be patient and strategic. These careers usually don't happen overnight. You may need to spend a few years in lower-level positions before you reach the really impressive salaries. But compare this with medicine. At 12 years of education before earning the first substantial salary, even if it takes you 5 or 6 years to achieve a well-paying management position in one of these careers, you're still years ahead of the typical doctor. And here's something crucial: these careers offer geographic mobility. The United States is vast, and many of these opportunities exist in different regions of the country. Air traffic controllers are required at all major airports. Nuclear power plants are scattered throughout several states. Commercial construction takes place in all major cities. CALs exist from Nevada to Connecticut. This means you can choose where you want to live. based on cost of living, proximity to family, or personal preferences, while still maintaining a lucrative career. Compare this to some medical specialties where you may need to go to specific large urban centers to find opportunities. We will also discuss job security. Many of these careers offer exceptional security. Nuclear power, for example, is heavily regulated and jobs are highly stable. Air traffic control is a government service with almost guaranteed safety. Pharmaceutical compliance is essential for multi-billion-dollar companies that cannot afford to take risks with unqualified professionals in an age where automation and artificial intelligence threaten many jobs. These careers tend to be more resilient. They require human judgment, complex decision-making, and skills that are difficult to acclimate. A robot cannot manage a construction team of 100 people. AI cannot take responsibility for a nuclear power plant. These are careers with a future now. Here's an uncomfortable truth: most people will never exploit these opportunities. They will continue to follow traditional paths, competing with thousands of others for saturated positions, racking up massive student debt, and wondering why financial success seems so distant. And you know why. Because it is easier to follow the known path. There is a certain comfort in doing what everyone else does. If you fail by following the traditional path, well, at least you tried what was expected. But if you take a chance on something different and fail, you may feel alone in this failure. This is the psychology that keeps most people in mediocre or overly competitive careers. But think about it. Every extremely successful person you know has probably done something different. They found a niche, exploited an opportunity that others ignored, or had the courage to take a path less traveled. The greatest rewards in life come from being willing to be different, to think independently, to question the status quo. These 7 hidden careers represent exactly this kind of thinking. They're not glamorous. They won't make you famous, and your parents may not fully understand them, but they can give you something most people spend their entire lives seeking: true financial freedom without sacrificing decades of your life or racking up crushing debt. Imagine being 28, earning $150,000 a year as an air traffic controller, with no student debt, with a robust retirement plan, and the possibility of retiring at 56. Compare that to a doctor of the same age who is still in residency, earning $60,000 a year and owing $300,000 in student loans. Or imagine being 35, working as an oil rig manager, earning $300,000 a year, working only half the year due to rotating shifts, investing aggressively, and building real wealth. That's the kind of freedom these careers can provide. And here's the best: as you gain experience in these areas, your value only increases. Companies compete for experienced professionals. You can negotiate higher wages, better benefits, more flexibility. You become a valuable resource that companies cannot afford to lose. Many professionals in these careers eventually achieve what is called financial independence. They earn enough and invest wisely enough that even in their 40s, they have the choice to continue working or retire comfortably. Compare that to the traditional career path where you work until you're 65 hoping you've saved enough. But here's an important caveat. None of these careers is a guarantee of wealth. You still need to work hard, educate yourself continuously, make smart financial decisions, and invest wisely. Earning a high salary is only half the equation. The other half is what you do with that money. Many people earn 6-figure salaries and still live paycheck to paycheck because they spend everything they earn. The true power of these careers comes from combining high income with smart financial living. Save aggressively for the first few years. Invest in index funds, real estate, or other wealth-building opportunities. Live below your means, especially when you are earning well. Leave your comment. Are you ready to think differently about your career? Which of these occult professions caught your attention the most, and why? Let's also talk about the transferable skills you develop in these careers. Project management, team leadership, regulatory compliance, decision making under pressure. These are valuable skills in any industry. If you decide to change careers later, you're not stuck. The skills you develop as a construction manager can take you into real estate development, project consulting, or even entrepreneurship. Similarly, a pharmaceutical compliance specialist may eventually work on compliance for medical devices, biotechnology, or even completely different industries like financial services or technology, where regulatory compliance is also crucial. You're building a skill set that has real and lasting value. Another fascinating aspect of these careers is the impact you have as an air traffic controller. You are literally saving lives every day, ensuring the safety of tens of thousands of passengers. As a nuclear power plant manager, you are providing clean and reliable energy to millions of people. As a hazardous waste specialist, you are protecting the environment and public health. There is a deep sense of purpose in these careers that goes beyond salary. You're not just making money, you're doing important work that society needs. This provides satisfaction that money alone can never buy. It's the combination of excellent financial compensation with meaningful work that makes these careers truly special. And here's something that's rarely mentioned: many of these careers offer continuing learning opportunities. The nuclear power industry is constantly evolving with new technologies and safety protocols. Pharmaceutical compliance changes as new regulations are introduced. Construction management incorporates new techniques and materials constantly. This means that you never get bored. You are always learning, always developing, always expanding your skills. For intellectually curious people, this is incredibly rewarding. You're not stuck doing the same thing year after year. You are growing as a professional and as a person. Let's also address the elephant in the room. Some people will look at these careers and think, I want prestige. I want people to admire me. I want the status that comes from being a doctor or a lawyer, and that's fair. Social status is important to some people, but here's the thing: true prestige comes from real achievements, not titles. When you are financially independent at 45, when you have created a life of freedom and security for yourself and your family, when you have made a real impact on your industry, that is true prestige. It may not come with a title that impresses strangers at parties, but it comes with something much more valuable: peace of mind and real freedom. In addition, within these industries, you will be highly respected. Your fellow professionals will admire you. You will be seen as an expert in your field, and as you advance in your career, you'll have opportunities to become a thought leader in your industry, perhaps speaking at conferences, writing articles, or even consulting for high-profile companies. Also think about networking opportunities. In many of these careers, you'll interact with high-level executives, industry leaders, and influential decision-makers. A casino manager meets extremely wealthy people on a regular basis. A commercial construction manager works directly with multi-millionaire developers. A pharmaceutical compliance specialist interacts with directors and vice presidents of large corporations. These connections are invaluable. They can open doors to investment opportunities, business partnerships, or even your own company in the future. The networking that happens naturally in these careers can be as valuable as the salary you receive. Now let's talk about something critical: timing. Many of these industries are facing or will face shortages of skilled talent. The generation of air traffic controllers that began in the 70s and 80s is retiring. Experienced nuclear power plant operators are leaving the workforce. This creates huge opportunities for new professionals. When there is a shortage of talent, wages go up, companies compete for qualified candidates. You have bargaining power, you can choose from multiple job offers. It's the basic law of supply and demand, and right now the demand for skilled professionals in these areas is outstripping supply. This means that now is the perfect time to explore these careers. 10 years from now, more people may have discovered these opportunities. Increasing competition. But right now you have a window of opportunity where competition is relatively low and demand is high. It is the ideal time to enter. And here's a strategy few consider: you might even combine some of these careers throughout your working life. Start as an air traffic controller, earn well, save aggressively, retiring early at 56. Then use your experience in managing high-pressure operations to consult or even migrate to another of these careers. Flexibility is in your hands when you build valuable skills, and keep your mind open to opportunities. You are not bound to a single path for the rest of your life. You can evolve, pivot, and explore as your interests and circumstances change. We will also discuss quality of life. Many people assume that high wages always come with extreme stress and long hours, but that's not necessarily true in these careers. Yes, air traffic control is stressful, but you work set shifts and then you're completely turned off. Oil rig managers work intense weeks, but then they have completely free weeks. Compare that to a big office lawyer who earns a lot but is expected to work 80 hours a week indefinitely, always available, always under pressure to bill hours, or a doctor who works endless shifts and is constantly on standby. Many of these hidden careers offer a better balance between compensation and quality of life, and that balance translates into better mental and physical health. Chronic stress and overwork take a huge toll on your health. Burnout is epidemic among doctors and lawyers, but when you have a career that pays well and still allows time for family hobbies, exercise, and rest, you are building a sustainable and fulfilling life. Think about it. What's the point of earning $400,000 a year if you're so exhausted that you can't enjoy it? What's the point of having money if you don't have time for family, for travel, for pursuing personal passions? These hidden careers offer the possibility of having both money and time, the true definition of wealth hairs. Another rarely discussed advantage. Many of these careers allow you to live in lower cost of living areas while still earning hefty salaries. A nuclear power plant may be located in a rural area where the cost of housing is a fraction of what you would pay in a large city. This means that your salary goes much further. Imagine making $200,000 a year while living in an area where a nice house costs $250,000 instead of living in San Francisco or New York, where that same house would cost $2 million. Your standard of living is dramatically better when you maximize income while minimizing cost of living. This also means that you can save and invest a much higher percentage of your income. A doctor in Manhattan earning $400,000 can save 10% of his income after paying absurd rent, high taxes, and exorbitant cost of living. Meanwhile, a nuclear power plant manager earning $250,000 in a rural area can save 40 or 50% of his income. Guess who builds wealth faster? We're nearing the end of this video that may have completely changed your perspective on career and financial success. Before you go, be sure to subscribe to the Salary Uncovered channel, hit the like button on this video, and share with all the people who need to know about these amazing opportunities. And leave your comments saying which career you are going to explore first. Throughout this video, we reveal 7 careers that most people never consider, but that offer financial compensation that rivals or surpasses prestigious traditional professions: air traffic controllers, nuclear power plant managers, hazardous waste specialists, oil rig managers, casino managers, commercial construction managers, and pharmaceutical compliance specialists. All of these careers share common characteristics. They pay exceptionally well, often between $150,000 and $400,000 a year. They have lower barriers to entry than traditional high-paying professions, not requiring decades of education or hundreds of thousands in student debt. They offer job security and are resilient to economic downturns. They provide meaningful work with real impact in the world. More importantly, these careers offer something that is increasingly rare in the modern world: the possibility to build true wealth and financial freedom without sacrificing all your youth in education or all your productive years in exhausting work. They represent a different path, a path that most people never explore because they simply don't know. The question now is, what are you going to do with this information? Will you return to the same career paths that everyone follows, competing with thousands of others for saturated positions? Or will you have the courage to explore something different, to investigate these hidden opportunities that can completely transform your financial trajectory? The choice is yours. Knowledge is now in your hands. These careers exist, they're real, and they're looking for qualified people right now. The only question is whether you are willing to think differently, to question the traditional path, and to create your own path to success. Remember, the greatest opportunities in life are usually those that most people ignore or are unaware of. While everyone is running in the same direction, truly successful people are finding alternative paths that others don't see. These 7 hidden careers are exactly that kind of opportunity. In the United States, a country of endless opportunities, success does not belong only to those who follow the conventional path. It belongs to those who are smart enough to find lucrative niches, brave enough to pursue something different, and disciplined enough to become excellent at what they do. You have potential. You have the ability to build an exceptional career and a financially prosperous life. The question is whether you're going to tap into that potential by following the same path everyone else follows, or whether you're going to explore the hidden opportunities that can take you much further, much faster. The future is uncertain for all of us, but one thing is certain: those who know more options, who understand more possible paths, who have more tools in their toolbox, these are the people who thrive regardless of circumstances. By knowing these 7 hidden careers, you now have more options, more possibilities, more power over your own financial destiny. Use this knowledge wisely. Research the careers that interest you. Talk to Professionals who are already in these areas explore the necessary educational and training paths. Make informed decisions about your future based on real data, not just societal expectations or what everyone else is doing. And always remember, the goal is not just to make a lot of money. The goal is to build a life you love with enough financial freedom to make real choices about how you spend your time, who you spend your time with, and what impact you want to have on the world. These hidden careers can be the vehicle that gets you there. The world is full of people who regret not exploring different options when they were younger. Don't be one of those people. Be someone who had the courage to investigate, to question, to take a path less traveled because it made sense to you, not because it was what everyone expected. Your journey to financial success begins with a decision, the decision to think differently, to be open to possibilities you haven't considered before, to invest time in learning about opportunities most people will never know about. You took that first step by watching this video. Now keep moving forward. Explore, learn, connect with professionals in these areas, investigate training programs. Consider your options carefully, and when you're ready, take decisive action. The path may seem uncertain at first, but this is how all great successes begin, with a bold step into the unknown. The United States remains a land of immense opportunity for those who know where to look. These 7 hidden careers are just the beginning. There are hundreds of other opportunities waiting to be discovered by people curious and determined enough to seek them out. Keep exploring, keep questioning, keep learning, and remember, true success is not measured only in dollars, but in the freedom, security, and satisfaction those dollars provide. It's about building a life where you wake up every day knowing you're doing important work, being well compensated for it, and having the time and resources to enjoy everything life has to offer. That's possible. These careers prove it's possible. The only question left is, will you take advantage of this opportunity? Don't forget to subscribe right now to the Salary Uncovered channel for more videos revealing the most lucrative careers no one tells you about. Click the like button if this video was useful to you. Share with friends and family who need to know about these opportunities. And leave your comment telling which of these hidden careers surprised you the most and why. See you in the next video.